to a new episode of We Talk Frequency. My name is Saskia. I'm the singing psychic medium from Dust of Soul. Today, my guest is Dr. Papa-Yoni. He is an expert in Kundalini energy, but also shamanic power, and he has quite a journey that he's on it. So, first question for you, how do you feel today?
I feel exuberant, truly. I just came off of the New Living Expo, and it was a fantastic time in San Fernando. Not San Fernando, San Rafael, excuse me. Yeah, we had, seeing all my friends, you know, we all have a community of the spiritualists and everything, energy workers, psychic mediums. And so we all just had a reunion, and we were able to bring to the people what they've been searching for in terms of healing and prosperity and community. Yeah.
So that was a full weekend, right?
Yes. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yes. And you know, what you do to have a good frequency, to have a good energy all the days, because sometimes when you work with energy and sometimes the energy is not really in your body, or you need to motivate yourself, how do you do that? Do you use Kundalini energy, or is that for something else? So let our audience know, how do you work with energy? For example, 3 days, full power, focus. How are you going to do that, or how are you doing this?
Well, stimulating Kundalini energy within the chakras is very integral part of the work that I do. I have created and I craft Kundalini keys, and these
I have one of them.
Yes. And
The
how's that
root
working?
chakra?
Yeah, you've been using it.
Yes. Today was the last day of my full meditation circle. So today I set your Kundalini key free
Jay.
into the universe. So yes, it was very powerful. Every day there was something different that came up, and that I could integrate in my root chakra for my manifestation power and for my journey. So thank you so much for your beautiful keys.
Jai, it's my pleasure. And you had the right idea. I mean, the root chakra, that was the one, yes? Is for the foundation, right? So to stabilize you in your sadhana, your practice. And now from there, you have ever higher frontiers to explore. So I always wear this Kundalini key. This Kundalini key is for balancing all the chakras, calibrating the entire auric field. Now this one's made of pure silver, which is aligned with the lunar energy and the feminine energy. And so it's adding to that stimulation of the Kundalini. And we know that the Kundalini is actually a mix of masculine and feminine energies, right? When the Ida, the feminine, and the Pingala, the masculine, converge, they cross in the central column, the Sushumna, that's raising the Kundalini up from the root to the crown. So it's an androgynous energy we're cultivating.
But if someone has never worked with Kundalini energy, so what is the difference between, so that's the first question, what is the difference between Kundalini energy, Reiki energy, or channeled energy? Is there a difference? Because I hear from some other people that there is a difference, actually, between the energies and how you use them.
Is there a difference? Certainly there's a difference. There are different paradigms. It's like saying, is there a difference between Loki and Shiva?
Yeah.
Yes, there's a difference, but they also are archetypes of the same frequencies, right? All of the different demigods and all of the different energy systems, chi, ka, what have you, prana, they're all pointing, indicative of the same general thing, right? The self is all there is. And the self has diffused itself, disseminated itself into many different forms. And so whichever one resonates most with you, whichever flavor brings the most excitement for you, I say follow that path. It'll lead to the same mountaintop, right?
So what you're saying is, like, we give different names to the kind of same energy.
Yeah.
And then it's up to us how we use the energy.
Absolutely. In some ways, a person may be more prone, or they have a natural inclination to go a certain way just because of their background, or subtle nuances. And that's where the differences come in. It's just stylistic nuance.
Okay. And so for someone that have never interaction with, so they sometimes say awake your Kundalini energy. What that means? I mean, so this means I'm not activated, or how should a person start with that, and not to be afraid about their own inner power, because it's inner power that you are awakening. So, and how do you know that it's not awaked? It's
Well, it's always there. It's always there, and it's just a matter of being conscious of it. And sometimes we can do things that trigger the Kundalini awakening. I myself had I would call it a premature, but everything happens in divine timing, Kundalini awakening at
Okay.
18.
Okay.
And
How
I
was
had,
that for you?
it was terrifying.
Okay.
Yes.
What happened?
Okay, so I was in college. It was actually
Okay.
2 weeks before classes started. I was at DePaul University, the theater school. I was an acting major. And there was a confluence of different things. One, I had started dressing androgynously. So again, that is a gate into Kundalini awakening. And I also had smoked some cannabis for the first
Okay.
time.
Okay.
And cannabis can also induce Kundalini awakening. And so
I was always thinking when you smoke cannabis, you're just like flat on the sofa and you do absolutely nothing because you're so relaxed.
yes, that can happen. Yes,
So
the
maybe
lethargy,
Okay.
it could be overstimulation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I see.
and that's why I don't advise people to be under the influence of cannabis while they're wearing Kundalini keys. I
okay.
tell them they do not mix unless you are an expert
Yeah.
psychonaut or
Yeah.
an expert yogi or yogini. I do not advise. Cannabis-induced Kundalini awakening is very unstable.
Okay.
Yeah, but it happened to me.
Okay.
And I'll tell you, I was sitting in bed after experiencing a lot of different phenomena I won't go into because I don't want to put myself back there into that experience. But I was sitting up in bed and I felt a surge of heat in my coccyx, which is now I know now where the root chakra is.
Yeah.
And it surged up my groin and up my whole central column, my navel, ever higher into my chest. And I'm just like, what is this? And it went up to the base of my skull. And it just radiated my entire skull. And it was so alarming. I got in a cold shower. I'd never taken a cold shower in my life. But I did that day to sort of assuage
Yeah.
this burning feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the side effects lasted for my entire first quarter of school.
What was the side effects?
So there were a lot of kinesthetic effects. Let's say if someone brushed up against me here
Yeah.
and another person bumped past me on
Yeah.
my knee, I would feel those sensations for the next 5 minutes. So just imagine if you're at a party
Yeah.
and everyone's
Yeah,
bumping you,
right,
and
yeah.
it's sensory overload.
Yes. So you were very sensitive to the environment.
Yeah, it's very sensitive to the environment.
to
to-
energy that came near to you. So it
touch,
was kind of like
hearing.
awaked.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. I was
like,
hearing
yeah.
things in music that I didn't normally pick up on, hearing
Yeah.
messages.
Yeah.
And yeah, everything was off. If I put my hand in my pocket to get my phone out, I had to concentrate very, very hard to get my hand out of my
Okay.
pocket because kinesthetically, like, I was just, I was a little off.
Yeah.
Yeah, my motor functions were a little off. But yeah, that lasted for the entire first quarter. In Western
But how
medicine,
you found out that that was a Kundalini awakening?
so at the time I
Somebody
was
told
calling it.
you, or a book came to you, or how?
Well, I had no idea about Kundalini or chakras or
Yeah.
any of that. Then I was calling it depersonalization disorder, which is
Okay.
what Western medicine would call
Oh, okay.
it. And after all of these things, I had to take a year off from school just to recalibrate.
How?
And in that year, I had a lot of extrasensory perceptions occurring, connection with the jinn world. That's how my conscious connection with the jinn began. And
We come back to the chin very soon.
yeah. And that's when I started studying everything from hoodoo to Hindu. And I learned that this was a phenomena that was concomitant with the Kundalini awakening.
So you think people, maybe they get activated, but then the diagnosis is certainly wrong. It's like from the Western medicine, like just, oh, it's this or that, or this disorder,
Yeah.
or this. But actually, it has to do with your spiritual awakening. So I think, so what you're telling me is kind of like, I think a lot of things that we think we are sick, it's not really a sickness. It's more like maybe your body starts to picking up other energies, and you get triggered, and then you start to feel things, and then it's not just to say, oh, I need a pill for this, that I'm not feeling that. It's more to embrace that.
Absolutely.
And you took the time to integrate that and to say, wait a moment, what is this in my life? Why
Absolutely.
this happened to me?
Yeah.
And you need time to integrate. And our body needs this time. It's not, because today everything is so fast, we don't take the time.
Right. And I was very fortunate. And a lot of people don't bounce back from the condition,
Mm-hmm.
right? They get locked in a facility, psychiatric facility, or something like that. And I made it out, and I got well. It was a battle,
Mm-hmm.
a struggle, because I didn't have the support like a shaman back in the
Mm-hmm.
day. If someone was going through this spiritual emergency, I call it, as opposed to an emergence, which is love
Right.
and light and
Right.
gradual. This was very abrupt. They would have been taken under the wing of the village shaman.
Absolutely, yes.
Right,
yes,
but we don't
yes,
have that
yes,
in our
yes,
culture.
Yes.
And so, yeah, you're absolutely right. They'll diagnose you as schizophrenic, psychosis, and they'll over-medicate you, causing tardive dyskinesia, which is another effect you'll have to bounce back from. That's over-medication from neurological meds. So, yeah, I came
And then you
through-
can never find out what was really going on.
Yeah, yeah.
And maybe all that, these things are actually a gift for you to bring you more into yourself and
They
to activate more
absolutely
of
are.
your power. Because for me, with 29, I had this brain stroke and I was paralyzed my left side. And the moment that happened to me, it was kind of like, oh, now I cannot sing. And I never took the road to sing. So, okay, how can I move again? So I was talking with the universe, please give me a second chance that I can move, that I can speak, that I can sing. And obviously they gave me a second chance, or I gave myself a second chance, because I think this promise was a very deep connection back to myself, because I was so far away from my path that I should go on it. And sometimes all the planets, all the energies are perfect in alignment, that things can happen to you, and this is your fresh start.
Yes.
But people think this is my drama, and I am now in the worst place ever. But actually, this is your best place ever.
The perfect catalyst. That
Right.
was the catalyst for you to
yeah.
move
Yes,
and
and
start
for you
walking
to
in your
yeah.
purpose.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then to integrate that and giving also to start an expression, an artistic expression. So I think then from this kind of like event, you started to do your art,
Yes, yes. I started to do my art.
to give
and-
another expression to this energy, right?
Yes, yes. Well, that's when I started making thingamajigs, short for things of magic. So I'm a thingamagician. And I would get, word from, I'm going to tell you it was the jinn, telling me where to find lost objects and how to put them together in a certain
So
way.
that's interesting. So you say you're gonna find lost objects,
I didn't set
and then
out
you
to do
bring
it.
that together to a powerful object,
Yes, yes.
like a recipe, like
Like a recipe.
okay.
Because everything in existence has its own unique energetic signature.
Own frequency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you pair one thing with another, it creates a whole new spirit. They collaborate.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And so if you could have 5 things, it's just a more intricate thingamajig, right? I call them doohickeys when they're just one thing,
Okay.
by the way,
Okay.
the verbiage. But yeah, that's what I started doing, and I was helping people in that way, crafting things to help people manifest, whether it be prosperity, protection, healing, what have you. If you want to get something out of your life, right? And I went on to get my PhD in theocentric psychology, so I do spiritual counseling. But yeah, that was my spiritual catalyst.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's beautiful and very powerful. And I think we should more, what I get out of that is like, we should not be afraid even something dramatic happen in our life. We should see that more as a chance to look closer, or also to embrace this powerful moment. So to make something out of it, like to give their own art expression. So that with the chin, I saw movies about chins. So they live in lamps. Where they live? They live
They
in your
live
objects?
all over.
All
They
over?
don't live in the objects. See, that's the common misconception. Those are genies, right?
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
And genie is a jinn that has been imprisoned, that has been enslaved.
Okay.
And we hear about this with Solomon. Solomon enslaved jinn to build his palace, what have you.
Okay.
And
From where is it? From from Egypt? No.
this is,
Greek?
I don't know where Solomon's palace was. I'm not
Solomon.
too much into the
Yeah,
Abrahamic
okay,
faiths,
okay.
but it is an Abrahamic
Okay.
thing. And I hear he didn't have a very good end to his story. Right. See, when you abuse the jinn, they reflect us, and we reflect them. So you can try and imprison the jinn. They live longer, they're much stronger. So it may work momentarily, but yeah.
You're building up a frequency that can maybe kind of like hit you back. Like,
yeah.
and also for future lives.
Yes, karmic.
Right, karmic.
Yeah, because they will be there.
Okay.
They live long time.
Okay.
They will remember.
Okay.
And they remember your energetic signature too.
Ooh, okay.
And
So kind
so-
of like they follow you in different dimensions
Different
or
lifetimes.
different lifetimes.
Yes, they follow you from your lineage. You have jinn connected to the lands that your ancestors are from.
Oh, okay.
And there are jinn that are designated to every region of the planet. So wherever you move to, you're interacting with new jinn.
Okay.
You have jinn connected to your passions and what you take an interest in. When people used to say a person has a genius for music, let's say, they actually meant you have an entity living in your home that is empowering you to play so masterfully the violin
So I
or
think
what have you.
then because I'm always traveling and so I do house sits, so that means my shin lives in my suitcase. Could be, right?
They're all over
Or
you.
in my kimonos.
They're all around you.
They're all
Yeah.
around me. Okay.
So they don't particularly inhabit objects.
Okay.
They're
okay.
all around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And-
So do you know, like, is there also dark chins? So genies are like, they are in a prison, right? So
In
they are, so then you build up maybe very bad energy for the future or right now. But then their chin, they are free.
Jinn are free. And
Okay.
jinn,
I didn't know that.
yeah, jinn can
Okay.
be just like a human.
So you
be-
can speak with them.
Yes. Jinn can be benevolent
Okay.
or malevolent.
Okay.
And again, they are a reflection of us. So the worse that humanity becomes, or the better that humanity becomes, they are a reflection.
Okay.
And when we realize our constitutional position in the spiritual ecosystem, which we are at the bottom rung of this Jacob's ladder, you know, under us, you know, we have the mineral and plant and animal kingdoms, but we are supposed to be stewards for the environment. And in the environment, we have the jinn. We're supposed to be stewards for Mother Earth, for
Okay.
the water and the air and the fire. All of the elements. That's where the jinn reside. They reside in nature.
Yeah.
People only talk about the jinn being in deserts or in graveyards
It's because of
or,
the movies, I guess.
or in the trees.
Yeah.
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 And they get a bad rap from the religions that try to dissuade you from interacting with the jinn.
Why you think is that happening?
Because religion doesn't want you to gain your sovereignty, your spiritual sovereignty. Otherwise, you stop coming back and crawling back to the pulpit for help. When you give away
Because
your
you
power.
start to help yourself.
Yeah, because you start to help yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you're interacting with the jinn, that's one of the best things you can do for yourself. Right? When you're serving, it's like serving the guru.
Yeah.
When
yeah.
you in a spiritual practice, you hear this a lot in Hinduism, right? Serving the guru, or serving Krishna or whatever your form of deity is. They pass down the blessings. That's the whole idea of what they call charan sparsh, which
Okay.
is touching the foot of the master. He
But
gives you
is it-
good auspicious energy.
Is it not in these times? Is it not the goal to be your own guru, and not to have something above you?
That is the goal. Most of us are not there yet. That is the goal. See, in my system, I also have a mystery school. It's the Temple of the Peacock Flame.
Oh yeah, you are very into the peacock, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And that is because in our system in Azazealous outreach, as an Azazealite, we teach that the peacock angel is the patron of presence over
Okay.
this planet.
Okay.
He's split into 6 archangels.
Okay.
Those archangels split into 24 angels. The 24 angels split into the 72 original jinn. And so we work our way up through the system, working with the jinn, almost collecting the jinn, right? Through community, through our travels, through collaboration with one another as humanity. We unite as one. And in working with the jinn, we will have indirectly worked with the angels and the
Okay.
archangels.
Okay.
And we rise to the platform of presence.
Yeah.
We embody the patron of presence within ourselves. We are the peacock angel. But it doesn't serve you to just say it. You have to realize it through sadhana.
So that means, so everyone can speak with their own chin.
They could.
Chins. So there's more than just one.
There are more jinn than there are humans.
Oh, okay. I see. So,
But everyone is born with their own jinn called a kareen.
huh.
A kareen means constant companion.
Okay, so this is the jinn that goes with you the whole life.
Whole life, always there.
Huh.
And
It's not a chin, it's a chin.
It's a jinn.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. But you have more than that,
Can you
just
see
one.
them, or can you like?
If you
can
put
you ask
yourself
for
in
the
the
name?
if
or-
you put yourself in the proper state,
Okay.
you can.
Okay.
Oftentimes, if you astral travel, you can see
yeah.
them.
Yeah. Okay.
The
Do they
first-
have a human form, or is it more like energy?
They can have a human form. They can take on a human form.
So for us that we understand them or not scaring out, sometimes they do that, right? Like to have a human form, something that we are used to, that we are not freaking out.
So that you're not freaking out, so that they can relate better.
Yeah.
And if it's a form that they just particularly like. They have
Okay.
their likes and dislikes too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're just like humanity
Okay, see.
in that
okay.
way. Yeah.
That's interesting. So they have their own character. They have their
Yes.
own creativity.
Yes.
Oh.
Would you like to hear the first time I saw?
Yeah,
Jinn?
sure, of course.
Okay. So I was at a center on Halstead in Chicago. It's an LGBT plus after school program thing. And I was listening to music in my headphones, and I started laying down on the couch. And
You always have your awakening when you lay down. You should more lay down, maybe.
yeah, I should be laying right now. See what comes through. But it washed over me, these vibrations, from the top of my head to the soles of my feet. And in my ears, I heard like the static you hear when you change the dial between
Yeah,
radio stations.
Yeah.
And it didn't scare me. I just settled into it. I let it wash over me. And then I closed my eyes. And when I closed my eyes, I still saw everything, but I saw more people. And I'm like, oh, wow, I have to test this. So I opened my
Yeah,
eyes.
yeah.
So I knew I wasn't asleep.
Yeah.
I knew I wasn't dreaming.
Yeah.
I opened my eyes. I saw less people. Closed my eyes. The extra people were back. And there was, it seemed like a woman standing at my feet. And she spoke to a mass of entities, maybe 5 to 7. They were kind of like a gray blob. The jinn can take that form too. They're known as smokeless fire.
Okay.
Yeah. And so she said to the mass behind her, "What did you do to Vincent?" That's my government name, Vincent.
Okay.
Right. And but she had fair skin. She had brunette hair. This is the form she took on, or has. And she walked over to me. She knelt down, and I could feel the air from her nostrils on my neck. And then she kissed me right here. And at that point, I'm like, okay, one of these guys just kissed me in the center.
Okay.
And I opened my eyes, no one there. I closed my eyes, saw nothing. I learned what she had done. She had stimulated a psychic zone, erogenous zone here, to sort of quell the extrasensory perceptions that I had been having over the last few months. This was during my year off.
Yeah,
after my Kundalini awakening. So she helped to sort of mitigate some of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen her ever again?
Yeah. I've communicated with her since, and I've learned her name.
What is
and
her name? You can share that or not?
I can share it, but
You don't have to.
it'll sound...
I mean, we don't want to make any chins here angry or something. We need this garden. We need this energy, good energy
She's
here.
a good Jinn.
She's a good Jinn. Okay,
Yes.
but you said they can have character, so she can get upset.
I don't believe she would get upset if I told you her name.
It's
I
your
won't
Jinn.
go.
You have to know that.
I won't go into explaining her name.
Yeah. Okay.
It'll sound funny, but it is Bashzar.
Okay.
And I know it sounds like Bashar.
Okay.
It's Bashzar.
Okay.
She's a Zar spirit, and a
Okay.
Zar is a type of Jinn.
Okay. So that means, so when people come to you, so you can help them also to make a contact to the chins, to have questions about the Kundalini energy, like with your keys, to awake that more, to be more in their inner power, because all this inner power, this is how it starts. And then you start to hear or to see clairvoyant, whatever comes for you, hearing melodies, what happens to me. So it's kind of like, then from there you go. So you activate it, and then from there, it's always like evolving into the next. And to be open to not have a certain picture how you want to evolve, like I want to be this or that. No, you have to be that what really belongs to you, and not just what you have maybe seen on Instagram.
Yes,
Because it's a spiritual journey. So that means people can come to you, can have guidance or sessions with you, using, of course, your beautiful art to also activate more power. And then there is the other thing, the last thing that I would be just to know a little bit, the shamanic aspect. So that is the 5, like there is 5 shamanic, I think it's 5, like water, earth, wind, fire, and then the eternal, the spirits.
The ether, yeah.
Ether, ether. It's like spirit shaman or earth shaman, water shaman, fire shaman, wind shaman. So is there an element that you feel very drawn to, or it's always changing, or how is that?
Well, I often feel very drawn to air.
Okay.
I think I have more of a vata
Okay.
energy to me.
Yeah, okay.
In the dosha paradigm. But I'm also a water sign. I'm an
Okay.
Aquarius.
Okay.
And I'm a water Jinn.
Okay.
Jinn hybrid.
Okay.
So, which
So
they
you
call-
are a Jinn. So you
Yes.
can be my Jinn.
I cannot be your Jinn.
Oh, okay.
Not while I'm of Jinn stature,
Yeah.
but not of Jinn station. So your
okay, I see.
stature and
Yeah,
your station
okay.
creates your status.
Oh, okay. So
We talk about this in the system.
Yeah. So there is then wind. So then that means you're using more wind rituals or water rituals
Wind and water.
to feel in alignment or to manifest what you really want in your life.
Yes, a lot of water, a lot of wind, and the merit Jinn, they're all about the water. So I commune with the water.
Okay.
What I do is a practice. I get in what I call a shower bath. I lie down in the tub.
You lay down again.
Yes.
You see, I'm on something here.
You're on to me. I lie down in the tub and I let the water from the
Yeah.
shower wash
Yeah.
over me.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll stop it up and I'll release it
Yeah.
when it's about to over brim.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I used to have dreams as a little kid, recurring dreams of going into the faucet
Yeah.
or into the
Wow.
shower head.
Okay.
It was only later that I learned that's how merit Jinn, water Jinn, actually travel, is through spouts
Yeah,
and
it makes
spigots.
sense. Yeah.
And it was a whole water world in my dreams. It was beautiful,
yeah.
and it was home.
Yeah.
And there came a time where I would have the dream and I couldn't get into the faucet.
Okay.
It was like a cold, dry
Okay.
sort of dream, and and that marked the sort of separation. But now I found my my tribe
Okay.
again.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
through
beautiful.
my spiritual awakening. And so
beautiful.
that's what I try to cultivate for other people to gain their spiritual
Right,
tribe and get in
right,
touch with
right.
with all of their spiritual family and
Right.
gain their own sovereignty.
Spiritual family, that is so beautiful, because today in my last meditation that I did with your key, that was the word spiritual family.
Jai.
So so you shared your practice that you do, like with the water element. So is there something that you want to share with our audience? What is good for the people, like to begin, or when they are curious, or is there something, a good advice from your side, how maybe get more connected to the spiritual side of our life? When they are super busy, you know, job, kids, family. So what would you just
Advice for the super busy
for the super busy? Yes,
And
the advice for the super busy.
and those who don't want to surrender and go with the wind.
And want to lay down, want to lay down in the water or
Because
somewhere
surrender
else.
is a big thing.
I know, but
For those that have a rigid, routine, regimented
because
lifestyle,
also it starts somewhere. Sometimes it starts super busy,
Yeah.
and then you start with something little, like to sending your appreciation to your water that you drink.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
start that little ritual step by step, and then you feel better, and it starts to grow. Because we all have to start somewhere.
I'm going to recommend karma yoga.
Okay.
And so that is making everything that you do an offering to God.
Okay.
And not just a supreme deity,
Yeah.
but the God of your own being.
Okay.
Do things to the best of your ability to honor yourself.
Yeah.
And do things to honor the God spark within everyone
Yeah.
that you come in contact with.
Yeah.
Karma just means action. That's what
That's
karma
true,
means.
yeah,
So
yeah,
through
yeah.
all of your actions, make it an offering.
Right.
Yeah,
So set the intention, kind of.
it's intention
But
because
also
you can
be
do
grateful.
this. Well, gratitude is a huge
Yeah,
thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always advise just be grateful for every moment in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Even when you're stressed, just be grateful
Yes.
for the energy that you're accumulating and doing.
Oftentimes, the things that are terrible that we deem as unfavorable, they're
Yeah.
the best things that can
Yeah.
happen to us. So
Yeah.
try and see the silver lining. Try and
Yeah.
see things from different frames or perspectives.
Like that is also how you change the frequency of it. Because then you change your whole frequency. If you are totally busy and then you stop a moment and you just be grateful for that moment that you can move your hand or that you feel your legs or whatever, you shift your frequency into a higher energy.
Absolutely.
And then you change your environment and your reality.
Yes.
That is a beautiful ending for this We Talk frequency today with Dr. Papa-Yoni Das. Contact him. Go explore a new world. See and feel your own chin. Which element is good for you, and how can you connect with your spiritual side even more before you have a drama in your life. See the gift in every moment in your life and celebrate yourself. Thank you so much for being my guest today, and I wish you all the best and all the chins in the world. We love you all very much, and we love to be connected with each other. So thank you so much.
Jay.
Until the next time with We Talk Frequency, my name is Saskia. I'm the singing psychic medium from Dust of Soul. And thank you so much for listening. And we wish you all the best from all the dimensions that we are operating. Thank you so much.